first one, man. First question. Sorry. Ask about Kid Rock. Ask him. Quit chomping on your gum and ask me a question.
Okay. My dad wants to know what your favorite baseball team is.
My favorite baseball team? Yankees. What's your favorite baseball team? Quit chomping on your gum and give me an answer.
It's a tie between the Angels and the Indians.
Now, where is your
Mariners.
Mariners?
Yeah, wrong answer.
Wrong answer.
Don't tell your cousin.
Yeah.
The Angels. That's a good one.
Why?
Yeah, why the Angels?
Quit chomping on your gum and give
Dad.
me because because your dad.
Yeah. Indians,
Both are going to be good this year.
my state, and I just like them.
Go Tribe.
Angels, my team, my dad.
Are you going to take this over now?
If you give him an inch.
Yeah.
Before we start, you were a good baseball player, weren't you? Were you in middle infield?
Don't
If I said
let's
before we
let's just play.
started.
No, we're not just let's just
Okay.
play. Let's just play. Let's just get this done.
Marcus Udvar wasn't out there. Was it maintenance day or where?
No, he's banged up.
Okay.
Is that Ryan Murray out there again? Does he look like he could tag in tomorrow?
I have not talked to the trainers.
About Marcus tomorrow, his status. You say
I have
he's
no
banged
idea. I have not talked to the trainers. Yeah.
Towards last year, we talked a lot about level of trust, and it was growing. Where is your level of trust with this team right now?
Meaning.
Last year, a big part of it was you had got a lot more. You gained a lot more trust in the team. That was
Yeah.
like a big theme. I just wondering right now where it.
Oh, I trust our team.
Yeah.
Listen. I don't even want the answer as far as what happened last night because it was the whole group.
Yeah.
So I'd have to think maybe they just didn't have much in the tank due to some games that we played. We were chasing that Toronto game from the get-go. We've had a little bit of travel along the way. I'm not sure what happened. But going into the last night's game, our last 6 or 7 games have been very good hockey for this team. Fortunate to get a point. Bob gives us a chance to get a point. We move right by it and get ready to play that 6 o'clock game tomorrow. And hopefully they'll bring the proper energy and the proper way of playing. And I do trust the team they will. So that's the way I'll answer your question.
I know you haven't got the result yet against Pittsburgh, but I think your effort has been really good in the first 2 meetings this year against that team.
Yeah.
Agreed?
Yeah. I always tell you guys I coach a team on how we play.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to continue doing that, but when you get in the 20s, you got to find a way to get the results too. Results are the most important thing when you're in our situation and with the games dwindling as we're going here. So I do think we'll be ready to play. I do trust our team in the way they assess themselves as far as what happened last night. And so we'll get ready to play. I want to get them out of the building here as quickly as possible today because I want their energy in that game tomorrow.
And having an elite goalie like you've got, does that give you a little more confidence when we talk about is Columbus going to be a playoff team? You've got that. You've got the guy that gives you a chance every night.
Yeah, Bob is one of the top goalies in the league. And teams that get a chance to compete in the playoffs have that goalie. I mean, that's the most important position in the game. So we have one of the best. He gets us the point last night. I thought we played a good third period in spurts last night, but we're not even close if he doesn't make a couple of saves, especially in that third period prior to us tying the game.
This might have been just a throwaway line from you last night, but you said unprompted, I hope we're not nervous.
Yeah.
What can you expound on that?
Well,
expand on that. I mean,
yeah, I'll go back to your first question. Do I trust? I trust the team. But I think some guys have been a lot of guys on the team haven't been in a situation where there's expectations. And now there's a fight ahead of you here as far as getting in here. Last year we kind of cruise and play really good hockey, but we were giving up for dead before the season even started. A lot easier to play in that type of situation. I've said this the past couple of weeks. This is a really good time for us to evaluate the people we have here as we go through these next 6 or 7 weeks and see what we have. Are we Do we embrace it and accept the challenge and look at it as an opportunity, or do we get nervous? I don't have the answer.
Is that something you have to almost, I think we touched on this maybe a week or two ago, something you almost have to go through as a group? Like, you have individual, you and Doobie
Yeah,
were with
yeah.
the Rangers for like 4 years,
Yeah.
where you got in the last week of the season.
Yeah.
But you have to do it as a group, is that what you're saying?
Absolutely, and you find out, you do it, you have to do it as a group, but you find out the individuals within that group and how they respond to these type of situations. And I can't wait. I think it's, I mean, this is what you are as an athlete. We talk about mental toughness and handling situations and resiliency. We're going to have it every night for the rest of the year here, as far as, and I'm anxious to see how some guys handle it.
As the games come off the schedule, too, the importance of the veterans even goes up even more, that we've been talking about all year, basically.
Yeah. Well, sure, but I think we have some young guys that have gone through a year, some young guys that are turning into leaders too. So it's not just leaning on the guys that are older. We won't get through it the proper way if the young guys don't take a step and continue to take a step and accept the responsibility. So I don't want to narrow it down just to leaders and older guys. It has to come from within everybody.
With the back end, we talked about Savard the other night, I think, in Toronto, and how he's kind of picked it up. Johnson as well. How much has that kind of helped? Did you feel like they've solidified the bottom two pairings?
They've played better, yeah. They've played better. The pairings, we've kept them together. We've been satisfied with the pairings. I thought our top guys last night really struggled. I thought it was one of those games for two of our mainstays, Z and Jonesy, that it was a struggle right from the get-go. Happens. And that's what I mean. That's when I see that. I'm saying something's going on with our club, and where it's just one of those games. And I felt it right from the first few minutes of the game. I appreciate us staying with it, and I thought played a better third period, score a fortunate goal, a lucky bounce, but we bang it in, and we get the point. Yeah, but I guess to answer your question, with Jack and Savvy, they've been much more consistent in their play.
John, if I can totally change subjects on
Go
you.
ahead.
I don't know that you get to see him a lot, but what's it like to see Freddie Modine around here from your time?
Well, Freddie Modine is, I mean, he's part of the fortunate piece of it I had in winning a Stanley Cup in Tampa. He was a huge part of that team. He is probably one of the greatest pros I've coached. Just a class guy, a guy that we want around our guys. We've had him deal with Wenny a little bit in communicating with him. Yeah, he's a hockey guy. You know, I can't call him a player anymore because he's not a player, but he was just a solid citizen, a solid player, great in the room, and he's good to have around us here.
Yeah.
And hopefully more and more we'll see more of him. Not sure where it all sits as far as where he fits in the organization as we keep on growing here, but hopefully he'll be a big part of it because he'll certainly help some of our young guys.
Is it just neat how these paths continue to cross in
Yeah,
different ways?
yeah, and that's the greatest thing about our game is when you run into people down the road 10 years later, and yeah, that's all you have when you're out of it completely. But to have Mo here, he's doing work with Kenny and some of the injured guys, and also some guys that are looking for extra ice. He can be a difference, especially with the youth of the team, in understanding what it is to be a pro, because he defines that.
How much growth have you seen physically from Dubois this year, from the beginning of the year? There's an instance last night at the end of the first period where he had the puck for like 30 seconds down the far corner, got pushed around, kept giving it back.
Well, right from the get-go at camp, he felt much more comfortable being in a professional camp this year than he was the prior year, because I couldn't find him in the first camp. And he continues to grow as a player, has played with Brett most of the year, which I think with some young guys, it would maybe intimidate him a little bit. But he asks for more responsibility. He accepts everything that's thrown at him. And you're beginning to find out what I think he's going to be as a player. He's going to have some power to his game. He's going to have some strength to his game, along with his skill. So yeah, it's been a really encouraging year for him, and how quickly he has grown in that center ice position where I didn't think I was going to be playing him.